All right, we're going to be watching this support. I'm not going to say their name. Playing Baptiste in the first half and then Kiriko in the second half. This is going to be Gold 5. I think this is on PC on Junkertown. Kiriko slash Bap for a hard stuck gold player. Is carrying with support even possible? Should I just pay a GM Smurf to duel with so I can get to Diamond slash Masters and then solo queue? In this game, went hardcore DPS Kiriko slash Bap, would get constant kills, constantly save my team. At one point, I had as much damage as double my DPS. No idea what more I can do. This game is rigged against support and is so DPS slash tank sided. There's a lot to unpack there. I would say number one, is carrying with support impossible? Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like if you see like top supports do unranked GM game like streams, they're gonna win like 80% plus of their games. Like even on Mercy, which is easily the hardest support to carry with, they'll still have win rates like 65% plus on Mercy. Like they'll Mercy carry out of bronze and they'll win like 65% of their overall score. Like in bronze, they'll still win like 80-90% of their games in bronze. So yeah, you can definitely carry on support for sure. Number one. Number two, should you pay a GM Smurf to duel with so I can get to Diamond slash Masters and then solo queue? So based on this game, which I've already pre-watched, you would get completely rolled in Diamond, much less Masters. You would get rolled in Platinum, in low Platinum, you would get completely rolled. Like I don't think you'd win 20% of your games in low Plat. I think that you would get completely wrecked because you're still lacking a lot of really core fundamentals as part of the game, and simply getting boosted to that level, and you think, oh, like my team, it's because my team is bad, and when I play better teammates, like things will go well. This is a very common myth. This is a super common myth. You are absolutely part of the problem, especially on offense, where your offense is really poor value throughout it. So yeah, no. I mean, you can pay for it if you want to. I mean, it's technically against the terms of service, but like whatever. Like you can pay for that if you want to, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to change your win rate at all. Like you're going to get to that rank and be like, everyone still feels stupid. Slash, you're going to be dying a ton, and you're going to have no idea what's going on. So no, I would not recommend that. And then the rest of this went hardcore DPS, would get constant kills, constantly save my team. I would contest both of those things. I don't think you're constantly getting kills, and I don't think you're constantly saving your team. And we're going to go through every single scenario one by one and talk through, like, why is this not a save? Why are you not getting kills, etc., right? Like, you do get some kills, right? Especially on Baptiste, where I think you played reasonably well on Baptiste. But on Kiriko, I think it's pretty rough. I think you only get one kill on Kiriko in the entire second half. So that's not great. Especially since you don't do any of your other jobs as Kiriko, like saving your teammates. That's the thing I really contest. You are definitely not saving your team, and we're gonna go through again all those scenarios. This game is rigged against support and is so DPS slash tank sided. So talking about this, first of all, if you want to deal damage, why don't you just queue as damage? You know what I mean? Like, no one's forcing you to play support. If you're like, hey, look, for example, you seem to really enjoy playing Kiriko, right? Then if you want to play Kiriko, then just play Hanzo, for example, who's like a very similar skill set and is a projectile based hero and also in one shots people in the head. Kiriko, you gotta hit two headshots. Hanzo kills them in one. So yeah, I mean, like play damage. If you don't want to worry about healing or whatever, and you think you can solo carry a game as damage, queue as damage. I hate to break it to you, though, you're probably going to run into other problems where then you're going to be frustrated at your tank or then your support or whatever it ends up happening because you're like, oh, I'm not getting enough healing. But those are also your problem as support, which is why you're not climbing. Again, you could also queue as tank if you want to. I don't think you're going to feel like it's any better. You're going to be extra frustrated by your team. So yeah, I don't really know exactly what to say about that. I don't think it's rated against supports. I think supports can win just fine. Is my take. All right, let's finally get down to watching the video. So we're going to start here. You can play Baptiste. It's a pretty normal spot. Okay, that's great. For the record, I would never stand still in Overwatch in general, as like 99.9% of the time. You have no idea when the Reinhardt's going to release the shield, and when the shield goes down, there might be, for example, a Hanzo arrow or a Widow Sniper or something like that. Even right here, I would constantly wiggle back and forth, like, AD spam a little bit to give yourself like some evasion so you don't get hit in the head, just in case, especially since you don't know what the entire enemy lineup is. You're going to shoot here, which is fine. This is all regular. One thing I noticed already is that you're not pulling down in the burst. So Baptiste fires a 3-round burst, like 1, 2, 3, right? It goes 1, 2, 3. I'm exaggerating right now, right? 1, 2, 3. And so if you want to keep them on target, which you should be, right? If you're aiming at Ramacha's head, I have to pull my mouse down to counteract the recoil. So instead of doing headshot, miss, miss, it should be headshot, 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 right? Because I keep flicking down to counteract the recoil. That's a common problem throughout all your Baptiste gameplay, right? See right now, like you see, yeah. So let's actually slow this down. So watch right here. So you see how those two went off, right? One on target, two off, right? So you just saw two bursts right there. You're not pulling down at all, which is a very important part of playing Baptiste, right? You just have to get used to that. So you're gonna be up here fighting. Your goal here is, again, to keep track of all your team. Like, supports, their primary job is to win games, and as part of winning games, you kind of need to know where all your teams are and support them. Support have so many tools to help their teammates out, right? They heal them, they have lamp, they have grenade, they have sleep, they have all these cool abilities they use to help each other out. And so you gotta keep track, okay, you know 3 of us are here, but where are your other 2 teammates? Oh, they're right here. So they're pretty overextended, right? They're gonna make a big mistake right here. But you could actually have saved this and turned this around. So we're gonna watch right here, you're shooting, okay? They're gonna get pushed, and you rotate to the side, which is good, right? Trying to help them out. You see that the Echo has dead, and the Mercy's gonna go for the res. This is a bad res. First of all, they shouldn't be here, right? This is a bad death period. But the Mercy's gonna die right now. And you're gonna fire 1 grenade, and that grenade is going to miss, right? So you put it into the left side here instead of putting it into the wall. So conceivably, this might have saved the Mercy with the healing. He doesn't have grenade or anything like that. But what would have been even better here would have been to throw lamp. So if you're right here and you throw lamp just past the edge of this, right to the right against the wall, it comes down. She's invincible. Baptiste or Cassie has no way to kill that in time. She gets the res and she lives, and then you can heal here. And then there's now a Mercy. Sorry. There's now a Mercy and an Echo point blank against a Cassidy who's missing some of his health and does not have roll and doesn't have grenade. So if you throw lamp here, followed by healing, instead of just healing once into the wall, instead of losing 2 teammates, you might kill 1 enemy and save both of yours. That would be a very, very good play. I do not expect that play out of your level. I think that's a fairly, I wouldn't say that advanced, but like you have to react pretty quickly to understand how to pull that off. But it is certainly possible that you could have done something to prevent all the things that just happened here. I would also note that because of boots, right, I would have already started rotating once I saw the critical. You could have charged boots right now and then jumped to make it much easier to get the healing and the lamp in right now. And you could have damaged the Cassidy too. Hypothetically, you could actually even kill the Cassidy here if your aim was perfect, but I think that's like not even GM reasonable. All right, so again, those 2 dead, this means the fight's over. Right. At this point, the Echo traded out with the Brigitte, but at this point, it's still 4 and 3. So, and they have close spawn. There's like no way you can win this. Like from here, there's not a lot you can do at this point. So you're gonna back out. One note here is that you should have reloaded. Like once this happened, right? You threw a grenade. As soon as that happened, you should have reloaded because you only had 6 ammo. You know, you should just reload right now, and then you would have ammo. Because when this Reaper pushes you, you should have full ammo right now, not 0 ammo. And you start shooting too early, right? I would assume that you don't have a lot of hours in Overwatch because you don't seem to know the timing of how long it takes him to teleport. You shoot too early. You could have done a ton of damage to this Reaper right now. As a general rule, when you're fighting duels, use regen burst first, then use lamp if you need it. Regen burst is already a very strong defensive cooldown. It's the best healing ability in the game. It heals, if you're under 50% health, it heals 100 plus 50 over, like 3 seconds or something? So regen burst is nuts, right? It's the equivalent of fighting a Baptiste with 200 health or fighting a Baptiste with 350 health. And if you can't win a duel with as 350 health as Baptiste, you have other problems going on. So regen burst, super good, right? It also has a shorter cooldown than lamp. So you see right now, regen burst 15-second cooldown, lamp 22-second cooldown. So I want to use regen burst here to see if I can save my lamp in case I need the lamp later. And regen burst alone, coupled with decent tracking here, coupled with reloading early, means that you should easily have won the 1v1 versus the Reaper, force Wraith, and force them back on the low ground. You had plenty of time, like it's telegraphed that it's coming, right? You should have full ammo right now. You shouldn't walk into him. Reaper very dangerous at close range. You should be playing, as soon as you hear / see a teleport, you should have been backing up to this side, and then play here, and then start the duel from here. Okay, shoot. Oh, I'm getting low. I drop below half. Immediately pop regen burst. Right, fight. Okay, then he has to drop, and then the fight's over. Right, at that point, you've won the duel against him. But you do basically everything here mechanically wrong. I would say, in general, I would note that your aim is actually good. I think your aim is good enough to climb with. I don't think, as Baptiste at least, I don't think that this is a problem for you. But other than that, I think that all the decisions you make here, like literally every ability usage, the fact that you walk towards them instead of walking backwards, and then the timing of when you start shooting, the fact that you haven't reloaded, etc., these are all mistakes. And these are mistakes that higher level supports don't do. Right? So if you're like, oh yeah, if I go to Diamond, I'll be like all set. You're not, because Diamond Baptistes don't look like this. The Diamond Baptiste would have just straight up killed this Reaper, like without even breaking a sweat. It wouldn't even be difficult. This was a very advantageous situation for you. The Reaper made a huge mistake teleporting right next to you in that situation. All right, so you're gonna drop down here, try to keep Ryan alive. You get killed. There's not much you can do once you lose the fight against the Reaper. This is basically over. Well, what you could have done is not walked backwards into this. You have plenty of time actually to escape if you go to the right, but that's another thing that you'll develop with practice is being able to navigate the map backwards, right? Like, I just know, based on instinct and looking around on my peripheral vision, I can tell, hey, like, the entrance is going to be right here. I'm going to be able to go back this way, right? This entrance and so forth. And obviously it's hard in replay mode because I'm not level to the ground. But, like, I can navigate the map backwards because of this, because you just develop a ton of practice of doing this over and over and over again. All right, so first fight's over. Fine. I mean, again, you lost 2 teammates initially. That was definitely their mistake. You could have covered up for that mistake. That would have been a big play, but you didn't. You come back over here, your Rhine made a mistake staggering, so now this is unlikely to win this fight. 5v4, you have no tank, but you do the best you can with the information, with the situation you have, right? You can't, wishing for a better situation is not going to help you, right? You got to do the best you can. And you have to force this fight right now because the cart is so close. So in a different situation, you might stall here. Really what your whole team should do is you should stall as long as you can and then drop on cart at the last possible moment. But at this point, everyone's exposed. You're committed, right? This is the last team fight of the first point. Fight it out. And so your perspective should be, how can I get maximum value here? So what's going to happen is that, first of all, we're going to introduce this concept called weaving, which I don't think you know at all, and I will link a video on this, a very short video. But on Baptiste, he has the ability to shoot and heal and alternate between the two of them with very little reduction in damage or healing. That is the way the hero is designed. So there's only 2 patterns for Baptiste that you should ever be doing. It's shoot, shoot, heal, right? One burst, then heal. Or shoot, heal, right? One burst, heal, one burst, heal, one burst, heal. That's what I mean by shoot, shoot, heal, and shoot, heal. You must be doing this. Like, this is not optional. This is not like, oh, that seems really hard. I don't want to do that. If you play Baptiste, that is mandatory. You cannot play Baptiste and also Kiriko without weaving. It is the way the hero is designed. It would be like saying, I'm going to play Mercy and I've never used damage boost, because damage boost is much harder to do than healing, right? Like, you just can't. Like, you're just not going to climb. You're going to very quickly plateau and never get past that point. So on Baptiste here, I would be expecting you to be weaving, right? One shot, right, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, or shoot, heal, shoot, heal. The difference between the patterns, by the way, is that shoot, heal, gives like 25% more healing than shoot, shoot, heal, right? But in exchange, you drop a lot of damage. So your dominant pattern should be shoot, shoot, heal, not shoot, heal, right? I would try to practice that in like the practice range first, or in deathmatch even. Like, when I was getting better at Baptiste, I practiced it in deathmatch. Okay, and like just regular FFA deathmatch, like you go in there and I'm in a fight and I go shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, because I need to get myself used to doing that pattern under pressure, right? Very, very, very important to do. It's a really important mechanical skill check to getting better at the game. Okay, so from here, you need to be doing some damage. By the way, Baptiste is a fairly short drop-off distance. I think, I want to say off the top of my head, I think it's like 20 meters. Like roughly this distance, anything past here, you're going to start doing a lot less damage. Baptiste is one of the most severe damage drop-offs in the game for a non-shotgun user, if not the worst one. So over here, like up close, right? If someone's up close, out to about here, you're going to do 25 damage per bullet. Out here, you're only going to be doing like 4 damage per bullet. Like, it's going to be like a comically low number of damage. So you really need to, not 4 is a little exaggeration. I think they probably have to be out to here to get the full drop off. But it's a point being is that Baptiste is actually like a close to mid-range support, because you need to be close enough where you're doing maximum damage, and you're very, very tanky with healing, with the regen burst, and lamp. So you shouldn't be afraid to take those close range fights. Obviously, this is a bad situation because it's 5-on-4, but my point being is that you're adding very little value from here. Like, you're just not doing a lot to help win the fight. So from here, the Rhine is dropped. I see my Mercy coming in. She's low, right? I should already be doing shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. I see that she's going to go around the corner. I would drop right now. Why? To heal my Mercy, because the second she goes over here, you've broken LOS on her, right? She's broken LOS of you, but she didn't know where you were. And you can't heal her from here. All right, number 1. So that's bad, right? Number 2 is you're not gonna be able to do any damage from here anyway. Like, you have 0 chance. Even if you have window right now, I don't think you can carry this fight from here, right? You need your Mercy to live to win this fight, to have any chance. Now, the chance of you winning this fight is 20% maybe, right? Like, not high, but 20% is better than 0. You staying in the window, you have effectively like a 1% chance of winning this fight. Like, there's almost no way that you could possibly win this fight. You drop here, heal the Mercy, kill the Brig, all of a sudden it's 4-4. They still have a tank. They're definitely still advantaged. But maybe you can win that fight, right? Give yourself a chance. Every situation, do the thing that gives you the highest chance of winning the fight, right? And based on your writing in general, I feel like you're kind of like you get kind of salty, you know, when your teammates make mistakes and you're like, oh, they made a mistake, I'm not going to save you, I'm not going to help you. But the right call here is to drop and try to save the Mercy. The Brig is really bad, and we're going to see that later on too, where you're going to kill her plenty because she just runs into you straight line, right? You could definitely have dropped here and killed the Brig, 100%. Like, I guarantee you the Brig is not good at this game. You could have dropped here, saved your Mercy, killed the Brig, 4-4, everyone scatters, you kite the Ramatra, maybe you win, right? Or you buy time for your Rhine to get back. Anything could happen. But staying in the window, 0% chance of winning this fight. Right? Like, you're not doing anything right now. Right? Mercy's now dead. You drop Lamp, but like, the soldier can't stay in the Lamp anyway. He's going to die instantly. This Lamp is not going to help him. You're reloading right now, despite having 24, not more than 24 ammo. Yeah, you have 42 ammo right now. Right? So that's 14 bursts. You have 14 bursts. Each burst is 75 damage. You know, it's hard for me to do the math right now, but it's like 1,000 damage you could possibly do. That's enough to kill the Reaper and the Cassidy and the Brig, right? You could kill all three of them without any headshots with just the remaining ammo in your mag right now. You know, like, you do not need to reload right now. You could literally just step here and be like, 1 burst, 2 burst, 3 burst, okay, Reaper's dead. 1 burst, 2 burst, 3 burst, okay, Cassidy dead. 1 burst, 2 burst, 3 burst, okay, great. Like, the Brig's dead, and you have space there for an extra 5 misses, like full whiffs on your bursts. Like, you need to get value right now if you have any chance of winning this fight. But I think you've already resigned that this fight's pretty much lost. You're also not weaving. We can tell it's not instinctive to you at all, which is very clear. And you're gonna rotate backwards, which is the correct call. Right? At this point, fight's not winnable. Back out. That's fine. Right? For the record, again, I do not think it's likely that you would have won that fight. It's a very low chance. But you're not doing what could win you the fight. Because sometimes it will turn. Right? It will turn and go in your favor. And it's because people were trying to win. And when you give up trying to win, which we're going to see kind of in your offense, when you give up trying to win, then you're going to lose a lot of games. Right? The mental part about playing is huge. So don't stand still, right? Obviously, a really bad idea. So let's watch this from the Ana side. So you're going to stand still right here. 1, 2, 3, and you're dead. This is unacceptable. Like, there is no world where this should ever happen. Even if you were bronze 5, right, which you're not, you're gold 5, right? You're 10 ranks above bronze 5. There should never be a world where you stand still for so long that the Ana misses a dart and then does 1, 2, 3 while you are standing still and kills you. This is a huge mistake. Like, this cannot happen. Right? If you think that this is something that you could do in higher ranks, you are sorely mistaken. You will be instantly killed all the time, and you will feel so overwhelmed by the pace of the game. Like, you just can't do this. Like, it's a terrible challenge to begin with. Again, Baptiste not good at far distances, right? Look how little damage you do to this Ana. Right? Every burst you're doing like 15 damage. Right? 7 damage, okay? 15 damage, 8 damage. Right? That's like 20 damage, right? That's another 15 damage. Like, you're just not doing any damage to her. This is not a thing that you should be prioritizing right now. Like, get in free damage, sure, but don't let her trade with you. It's a really bad trade. She does 75 damage per shot. 3 shots and you're dead, which is exactly what happens here. So, because you end up dying here, the Mercy is forced to come back and save you, right? If I was a Mercy, I would be very frustrated here. I'd be like, how did you die? Like, literally, if the Ana's shooting you, just walk to cover, or use regen bursts, or use lamp. Not that you should use those, but like, any of those tools would have kept you alive here versus just standing still and letting yourself die. Because both of the supports are dead / busy, right? You're dead, Mercy's busy. The Rhine's gonna get super low. This is not the Rhine's fault, right? He's getting no healing from either one of his supports because you made a massive mistake and the Mercy had to come res you, which is the correct call. Mercy has to res there or you're gonna lose because it's gonna be a 5-on-4. Though Rhine did happen to trade with the Ana, which is lucky. You're gonna throw a lamp here. This is also a mistake. So, why is this a mistake right now? So, coming down, first of all, you should open with a grenade, right? So that's immediately, what is it, like 75 healing now? I think it's like 60 on a splash, something like that. In the ballpark of about 70 health. A. B is the Reaper's already in Wraith form. So, I'm not worried about him dying instantly to the Reaper, because the Reaper's got to at least come out of Wraith form and then shoot the Rhine, right? Number 2. Number 3, you're close enough to use regen burst right now, which heals instantly 100 health plus 50%, right? So you have so many tools here that do not involve using a 23 second cooldown ability, which is something that you should try to save. At higher ranks, they will bait out your important cooldowns like Lamp, and then they will kill you after it is over. Right? It is a very, very commonplace thing. Nobody can climb unless they learn how to manipulate their opponents like this. This Lamp was unnecessary, right? Notice how the Rhine never actually gets close to dying. I don't think the Rhine drops below 200. Okay, that last shot. By the time you come out, right, he's at 137. Right? So he's fine. At that point, even though he wasn't reacting to you, right? He just started shielding as soon as you dropped low. He never takes a single point of damage after that. This Lamp prevented 0 damage. Right? Even if the Lamp prevented damage from full, he took 0 damage while the Lamp was up. Okay? Just very important to note. So you wasted Lamp here, and you let your tank get low. And if your tank gets low, your tank doesn't create space. If Ryan has health, he can play this corner, right, and fight it out here. But because he doesn't, he's forced to back up. So you're going to drop here into the Reaper. Okay. Ryan's going to charge in, which is definitely a mistake, but so be it. You can go back to high ground. All right, so now we're going to start trying to weave, right? This is a huge moment for weaving. This is where Baptiste gets massive value, okay? Like right here, especially if you're playing like right here, you can carry games as Baptiste right now if no one deals with you, right? Shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. I'm doing 75 damage with each burst, and I'm healing for 70-ish. I wish I knew the number off the top of my head. Right? So that is so much damage and healing to be cranking out right now. But instead, are you weaving at all? Well, let's start watching. Right? So you do a heal in, you shoot, you completely miss there, right? You completely miss again. Nobody's even here, right? You could have gotten a heal in right now. You didn't really need it, but you did on the Mercy, right? You heal the Mercy, right? You could have gotten 2 shots in right now, or at least 1 shot in. You stopped trying to heal Mercy at all to only shoot. Now you come over, you throw the heal, but it's too far forwards. Yeah, she's not going to get that, right? And you just don't do anything here. Like, this is a critical moment right now where you need to be making plays, right? This is what support play is all about as Baptiste, right? This moment, by the way, you didn't need to go up the stairs. You could just in here, use exo boots, and then jump up top, which will save you a few seconds. So coming out here, like, this is your moment where you carry right now as a support, right? Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, right? Or shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, right? Keep my Mercy alive, and then I just shred the Ramacha right now. Force him to start blocking right away. I don't let him get this far away and then be able to retreat back to his team. I would have liked to see you kill the Brig here, right? You're going to miss these 3 shots despite the fact that she's stunned on the ground. That's not so good. But you do end up getting kills. It's fine, right? I do like, for the record, your high ground positioning I think is good, right? You're kind of instinctively taking high ground, which is great. I think that's good. So Echo's going to be out there, going to get kills. Right, it's fine, no problem. Reset for the next fight. All right, you're going to hear, that's good, right? You turn and be like, okay, where's this Reaper? So he's down low with your Rhine. Now, you're going to make a mistake here, which is where you back away from the Rhine. So right here, you should be going forwards and challenge the Reaper with your Rhine. Like, as it stands, Reaper has trouble dealing with Rhine at close range around a corner like that. It's pretty tough. You can come here and potentially just insta-kill the Reaper, right? Look, he's at 75 health right now. 1 body shot burst kills him without him being able to react to Wraith, right? Just 1 burst, bam, dead. Okay? And you can be healing your Rhine right now with Grenade or with Regen Burst. You might be worried about Reaper ulti right now, but with the Reaper being so low, he's going to die instantly if he ults. Right? Between you plus the Rhine plus like anyone who's on high ground who might look down, like he's going to die instantly if he pops ulti here. So that's something that you need to know. Right? That's game sense learned over many hours, right? Lots of played experience, understanding this Reaper has a 0% chance of pulling off an ulti right now. The correct call is for me to walk in here, heal my Rhine, kill the Reaper, or at the minimum force Wraith back, and then I can reset and go back up top. That's what you should be doing right now. Instead, you don't shoot the Reaper, you barely heal your Rhine, and you throw out Lamp, even though your Rhine is in no danger of dying here. Right? Like, your Rhine is at 228 health. Right? The Reaper needs to shoot him 3 times or twice if he's shooting him in the head to kill him here. That's plenty of time. You did not need to throw Lamp there. Alright, so we're going to come out here. Your team is doing a good job, pinning them back. Great. So Reaper's going to come out, you do the right call, which is kiting away from him. Aim here could be better, right? Definitely could be better, but you're doing an okay job at least kiting him out. Now, once again, when you drop below 100 health, just pop Regen Burst. You instantly get 100 health back. And, like, what's he going to do at that point, right? And then if you still lose the fight, then pop Lamp. And if you still lose the fight, then drop and get the Mega. And if you can't win with all 3 of those things, then you're never going to climb anyway. So you walk up point blank with him, presumably because you have Lamp, which is a dangerous play. He can kill Lamp fairly quickly, but I think this is still okay. Right now, you could shoot him. You missed that burst completely. If you're going to be committing to this, right, he's reloading anyway. If you're going to commit to that, I would just, like, stay on him, right? Stay on him, prioritize hitting over dodging. You take too long, and the Reaper Wraiths, for some reason, stops in front of you instead of getting a Mega. And then he could just walk down here, gotten the Mega, and then recontested this, or walked out the window, or anything, any things, and he just stands in front of you and just dies. So, before you complain about your teammates too much, recognize the enemy team is awful. Right? Like, let's look at this fight for a second. The Reaper chases you down a single lane path, really far away, then walks up to you, reloads, right? Reloads, could have Wraithed here, could have gotten the Mega, Wraiths, but then cancels it, only have 28 health, and then just instantly dies. This Reaper is terrible. No offense to the player. I'm just saying, like, your enemies are really bad at the game, but you're the same rank as them. Right? So you have to think through, like, why am I losing games against people who do this to me? Because you're making a ton of other mistakes elsewhere. Right? Again, we already talked a lot about the fact that you're not weaving, the fact that you're not playing at the right distance for your teammates, and you're wasting your abilities. But this can become all relevant later. Even so, I still think you could have won this game if you stayed as Baptiste. So, too far away right now, honestly. If your Ryan's going to play here, I would play down here. Right? Again, fall-off damage is a real problem. It's also really hard to react. Like, if your Ryan gets low, you can't turn this corner, right? Or if you throw a lamp, it takes a real long time to get there. So I would play down on the cart and just play with the Ryan, right? So be it. See, your Ryan's down there. You're not doing anything to help your team right now. You throw a lamp in, but, like, does the Ryan really need the lamp here? Like, sort of. Like, it's critical. You can't really tell. The primary issue is that you should be here, right? And you should have been, for example, preventing the Cassidy from ever dropping by fighting him here and then healing your Ryan. Oh, I'm Cassidy's in the high noon? Great, I throw a lamp. Kill him. Right? That easy. Your Ryan's certainly making space for you, right? It's not like the tank is the problem. It's just the Cassian high ground. So let's talk about Regen Burst for a second. So you're going to pop Regen Burst right here. And let's look at the range of Regen Burst. So, you see this yellow circle? This is the edge of Regen Burst. What's important to note is that your Rhine is not actually in this bubble, which means he is not going to get healed by this. It only goes out 15 meters. So the Rhine's about 20 meters away-ish. This does not go out far enough, which means you wasted this ability. You're full health, right? You wasted this ability thinking it was going to heal your Rhine, but it didn't. And this is going to come up later, too, where you're going to waste these Regen Bursts. So one thing that, a big tip for me is you have to know how far your abilities go. If you see them turn yellow, like they'll see a yellow glow if they get hit by it, then you know that it went far enough. Otherwise, right, this is the outer edge. You see it's dissipating right now. Otherwise, you wasted it. That's number one. Number two, you don't need to Regen Burst here. Your Rhine is not in any danger, right? He charged back to you. He has shield up. He's already being healed by the Mercy. So watch, right? He comes out here. He's fine. No one's even in view. There's no enemies here. Like, you don't need to use Regen Burst. There's no rush here. Save your abilities for pressure situation. No pressure, don't use your abilities. Just use your regular healing, right? Heal, heal, heal. It's fine. No problem. I would note is that you should have used this downtime to reload, right? Again, nobody here. You could have reloaded right now. Now they push her in earnest. So now all 5 of them are going to run it down main and walk over your team. This is a great time to pop window, which you correctly identify, and that is great. Although, frankly, I would have popped window right now. Once I saw, I would already be popping window right now. But you're a little slow on the window, right? Which is not great, but it's still okay. The problem now is that they're all, like half of them are already around the corner. The Reapers managed to ulti here and go after your team, which is not so good. Also note, right now, once I saw the Reaper wraithing in, I would have thrown Lamp right now to try to save my teammates, okay? That is a huge moment. Or walk up here, pop Regen Burst, for example. Walking up here, Regen Burst, and step away. That also would give your teammates time to live. A lot of things that you could have done here if you had those abilities, which you don't because you wasted them. So those are just, that's a defensive aspect of it. But also for the window itself, you should have popped window earlier. Once they all got to here, they're committed. No one's coming back. No one's running. Like if you pop window, there's no way 5 people are going to coordinate to all run back around the corner. They are running it down main at this point. You need to read this and be like, okay, window and go. So you don't window at the right time, but also you have no ammo, right? You only have 13 ammo right now, which means that you're going to shoot this, then you pop window, and you have 0 ammo. And Amazingly, despite the fact that you popped window late and you had no ammo, so you had to reload, the enemy team does not react to window at all. Like they could have just taken cover here at this point in time, slash like been aware that window was a possibility. You pop window, this Bap doesn't care. This Bap's like, cool, I'll just hang out over here. Like, she has shield dash right now. She could easily shield dash here and live from both you and the Echo. The Cassidy could like just go back around the corner. Instead, neither of them are going to do anything, and they're just going to let you kill them. I would call this letting you kill them. Right? This is like, it's still a good play by you. It could have been a way better play, but like, those are massive mistakes that you should be exploiting all the time. So you can come out here, you're trying to help your Rhine out. Reaper's gonna Wraith. Again, when Reaper Wraith, just reload. Right? You got time. Right? You got bam, 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 bam. Alright, you Wraith, reload. Like, there's nowhere you can go, right? Reload. When he comes out of it, I'll kill him. Right? You wait, you mistime the shot again, and now you come down and you kill him. The problem is, this takes you probably 5-6 seconds longer than should have, right? If I do this, right? Shoot, right? Reload. I reload right now. I see he's wraithing, right? Reload. He comes out. Shoot. He's dead. Okay? And at this point, I could drop. Ramacha drops me. Great. I pop regen burst. I charge boost. And I go back up. What's he going to do? Right? What's he going to do if I just jump back up top? Nothing. He has no ability to come and chase after you. If he doesn't chase me, right? If he stays up here and just tries to punch me on the low ground, great. I pop regen burst. I drop here. I go in and I get the mega. This is an example of what higher level decision making is like, right? So again, before, I'm harping on this because like you really felt strongly about this in your intro where you talk about, if I got the Diamond Masters, I would get better team. Like, you're not a good player, like, to be perfectly blunt, right? There's so many possible plays that you could make here, right? At this point, Ramacha's going to chase you down. He's going to kill you. But for the record, Reaper should have been dead sooner. You should still be alive. In fact, you could have killed the whole team. You could have single-handedly carried this fight just by popping window in time and killing everyone on their way in. But you also could have saved your Mercy and your Soldier. So many possible plays there could have gone better. You can come out again. All right, your whole team's holding high ground. Great. Skipping forward. Again, another lamp. The Rhine's not even that low. All right, he's only like half-ish health. Now, granted, this is a mistake what he's doing, but so be it. But like, he doesn't need lamp at this moment in time. You should also be playing, like, if your Rhine's gonna play down here, I'm gonna play down here with the Rhine. If the Rhine dies, I lose the fight anyway, so I might as well play somewhere where I can help the Rhine out. He gets a ban on the Moira. Great. Again, think about if you were close right now. If you're close right now, you pop regen burst, you heal. Like, you're going to hit heals, direct grenades here really easily. No way the Reinhardt dies here. 0% chance the Reinhardt dies. Right? Mercy is pocketing him. For the record, your Mercy's pocketing him, which is keeping him alive, which is great. Your Mercy should not be pocketing the Rhine. That's not the Mercy's job. Your Mercy should be pocketing the Echo. Right? The Echo or your Soldier instead of the Rhine. But she's pocketing the Rhine because she knows the Rhine's not getting enough healing because you're not healing him. You're just not in position, right? You're playing all the way over here instead of playing down here, which is where you should be, right? Even with a Ramacha, I would still be playing down there. You're going to pop another regen burst. As a note about range, this is nowhere close, right? This is not even half the distance to the Rhine. You see this? This is literally like, it goes out 15 meters. This is like another 25 meters to the Rhine. This is nowhere, like, it's not even at the Mercy, right? It's not even close. So very important to recognize like how far regen burst goes. Again, you should be weaving right now, right? Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, right? Think about that. Let's talk it through to show you how much damage you could have done, all right? I'm going to assume on average, you're going to hit every single burst, no headshots, which is not unreasonable against a tank, right? I'm not asking you to hit a squishy, but like against a tank who's running a straight line at you, hitting every burst, no headshots is not unreasonable. So we'll play this out real time, okay? Shoot, heal, 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 right? And we'll stop now. That was, I think, 9 bursts. So 9 times 75 is a ballpark, right? Like 575 damage, something like that. That's enough to just straight up kill the Ramacha from full health. You know? Like, he would literally be dead right now if you were just hitting body shots the whole time in the period of time that it happened. Like, you're giving up literally half of your kit by not weaving. I cannot emphasize this enough. Like, you have to weave. You could have straight up killed the Ramacha by now. Even just body shotting. And headshots are not hard against tanks, right? You could just straight up kill the Ramacha by now, and then this fight's over. You're covering, which is the correct call. Again, if you had Lamp, you could be a little more aggressive right now, but you're not going to kill him either way because he's too far away. Yeah, take the opportunity. Now you want to weave. Right? So I see that the Rosh is chasing. Okay, I jiggle peek. I see what the Cassie status is, and then I start running over because I need to go help my Mercy. Right, you're playing way too far away. You got to go help the Mercy. I would have even dropped low right now. Again, with Exo Boots, you're not in any danger. Save the Mercy right now. Make sure, like, the Ramach is definitely going after the Mercy. There's 0% chance the Ramach is going to try to kill the Rhine. Ramach cannot win that fight against the Rhine. The Rhine just does too much damage and it's too much health. So the only person you need to save here is the Mercy, but you should not let the Mercy die here, which is exactly what's going to happen, right? You have to be walking forwards to make this an easy save. Instead, you stay really far away and then you let your Mercy die. Which is why, again, it's really funny that you say, oh, you're constantly saving your team. This is a very basic save. Like in bronze, I think that a bronze level Baptiste will usually make this save, right? Coming down here and just running over here, like missing or not, come out here, pop regen burst, throw lamp, whatever it is. Like, this is an easy save. But you're not even trying to save the Mercy here, right? You see this she's being chased, you should be running forwards right now. Instead, you're trying to just exclusively shoot instead of healing your Mercy, even though your Rhine's 100% going to kill the Ramatra without your help. So, like, damage is not the priority here, healing is the priority. And then your Mercy gets low, and then you're just not even going to try to save the Mercy. You look at the Echo, but, like, at this point, the Echo's way too far away for you to do anything about it. So, Mercy was really the priority right now. You're going to pop reload there. By the way, I would suggest using the Baptiste option to disable automatic reload. So Baptiste will automatically reload when you have no healing or no bullets. But often it can be helpful to, if you run out of one, to still keep using the other, because the reload is quite lengthy. So that was a good time where you could have done more damage to the Ramatra. You're going to throw Lamp here. Again, Ryan's actually not going to die right now. This is like a I understand here. I think this is a more reasonable length than the other ones, but I already know that mathematically it is impossible for the Reinhardt to die in this situation. Ramatra only does 80 damage a punch. Annihilation does his ultimate does 30 damage a second. So he does 80 damage a punch and he attacks once per second. So that's only 110 damage. The Reinhardt is going to need 2 seconds to die here. So that's plenty of time for me to not throw lamp. I know that might not seem like a long time. 2 seconds is an eternity in Overwatch, right? 2 seconds is more than enough time to like kill almost anyone. So it's like at this time, like I just like can read this and be like, I can just exclusively grenade shoot, and I know the Rhine's not going to die out of this. So you're gonna come out, you're gonna waste that lamp. You again pop regen burst. As noted, your regen burst is not even close, which is really bad because this is like a critical moment where you need to make right. Your regen burst only came out to here, so not close to the Rhine. Trying to save the Rhine, you need to try to weaving in attacks right now. Okay, you took a shot, right? It's fine. Sometimes that happens. You take a headshot. It's no big deal. This is a bad peek, but I don't think it's worth the time to explain. Like, there's a lot of complex peeking, but this is a really bad peek because they see you coming down the stair. So watch. So you see how he sees you right there, and then you're gonna walk. So he's gonna see the edge of your gun, and he sees you swing out that way. Versus if you were up here and you just did a strafe out like this, like right away, he would never have gotten the chance to line up that shot. That's why you get headshot. Anyway, right now, the Moira is going to come up the steps on you, and then she's going to push, and she's going to kill you, right? And I think your question would be like, oh, what do I do in this situation? Because you first of all, you shouldn't have taken this extra body shot. After you take the headshot, like, you are not peeking anymore. I'm exclusively trying to save the Rhine. I guess you don't take that body shot, actually. Moira just damages you here. So Moira's going to come over. Moira's heal damages for, like, I think 40 damage a second, something like that. And then she's going to 40-50, she's going to damage and she's going to kill you. And you might say, okay, what do I do here? What you do here is that you have regen burst and you have lamp, both of which you used and did literally nothing. So if you have regen burst and lamp here, you just kill the Moira, right? You even just regen burst alone, you probably kill the Moira. Baptiste does so much damage. You kill squishy heroes, 200 health heroes in 3 bursts, right? Assuming you miss a burst completely, 4 bursts. That's more than enough time. The Moira's going to need 4 seconds to kill you, 3-4 seconds, right? With regen burst, like, it gives you so much health. And if you still lose it, right, you panic, you miss a bunch of shots, just throw lamp and kill her. What's she going to do now? She doesn't have fade. Like, she has to die here, right? She can pop orb, right? But, like, if orb, so be it, right? You fight it out. Right? With lamp, she can't kill you, right? It takes her forever to kill the lamp. You have so much time here if you just save those abilities. But because you waste those abilities, right, which is a general bad habit that you have no ability to do anything in that situation, which for the record was a very winnable situation, right? Going back here a second. Right? This is a 4-on-3. 4-on-4, right? If you punish this Moira for making a mistake, she fades into you, you pop regen burst, you pop lamp, great, she's dead, right? You kill her, 4-on-3, fight's over, right? You have a tank, they don't, right? You have high ground advantage, they don't, like, fight's over, right? That's how you carry fights, right? That's how you carry fights, and carrying fights leads to carrying games. More's gonna fade here. Okay, this is fine. So Reaper's gonna come out. You throw Lamp. This is a bad Lamp. Everyone is still full health, right? Remember, Lamp doesn't prevent damage until they're dropped down to, what is it, 20% health? So super, super low, right? This Lamp does nothing. You're going to see it's going to die before the Reaper even damages any other heroes. This is a completely wasted Lamp. And again, it's hard to know that in real time, but experience is a big part of it, right? When you have played 200 hours of Baptiste, which you probably haven't, not in comp at least, when you play 200 hours of Baptiste, stuff like this will become very instinctual to you. But that's why I'm flagging it right now, is these are mistakes. These are all mistakes. This Lamp is a bad Lamp. Your Mei is already in ice blocks, so she's invincible, and your Ryan has a shield up. Your team doesn't need you to throw Lamp right now. Your team doesn't need you here right now. Your team needs you to just kill the Reaper. Just shoot him right now. Right? Shoot him, or even if you really want to, you can window and shoot him, because I think he wraithed in. Did he? No, he didn't wraith in. He just walked in, right? But like, you could have gone to the left, right? Pop window, killed the Reaper, or forced wraith, right? Kill the rest of the team, whatever it is. A lot of possibilities here. Now you pop window. The problem is that nobody's really visible right now. So there's the Moira, but Moira's in Coalescence, which gives her a lot of healing, and she can also still fade out of it. Reaper's out of the fight. We can see him leaving the right, and the Ramattra's at full health. So window right now is not that great, right? Now this shatter though is big, but you didn't actually need window there quite yet. You could have waited longer. All right, they're all gonna come out the window here. Straight shooting. Again, I would weave in healing, right? Healing in on your Ryan, very important, allows your Ryan to do it. I think your Ryan's actually overall playing fine, right? You're gonna throw a Lamp here. This is a bad Lamp. I know it's like tough. I'm saying like every Lamp you throw is bad, but like every Lamp you throw is bad. The Ryan is critical, but the thing is the Ryan sees that and puts a shield up. If you threw Lamp a second earlier, I can understand that. But at this point, the Ryan already has the shield up when you throw this Lamp. Right? See? Shield's up right now. You wait for that grenade to land, and then you throw this Lamp. That's not good reactions, right? I would have dropped right now. So you see damage fall off even with the Kiriko standing still. You see how little damage this burst does. You only did 40 damage with this burst, right? If you dropped and got closer, you'd one-tap her right now instead of having to be this far away. All right, your team wins it. Great. So they're going to switch to dive here. The Winston's going to come at you. So it's funny. I can already tell from the distance that he's not going to be able to land on it, so I would just walk forward, which is sort of what you end up doing, but I don't know, it's intentional, and just prevent him from landing on the platform and force him to drop, because he would have bumped into me, like hit me, and then drop. But that's like a fairly advanced technique. But I understand why you dropped here, but I don't think this is a great idea. But number one. Number two, even so, like let's say you dropped, your goal should have been to exo boots and jump right back up top. Because the Winston only has one jump, right? If you jump back up top, he can't come after you for 6 seconds. So I would jump back up top, and then I would kill the Winston. Now, the reason why I can do this is because my Ryan is playing up. My Ryan and Mei are here, so I know no one's going to peek here and kill me on the upper platform. So tough to do and to make that call in real time, but if you see the position, because you can see, in replay we can see the enemy, but in-game, you can only see your teammates, right? I see how far up my Mei is. I know that no one is pushing past my Ryan and Mei. So when I see the Winston here, I know the Winston has to be alone, so I'm not in any danger. By the way, Winston cannot beat Baptiste in a regular one-on-one. Like, I could beat the best Winston in the world as Baptiste if I had regen burst and lamp. Like, it's just not possible. It takes so long for him to kill you, right? I mean, like, if he pokes me down, right clicks is different, but like, if he just straight dive me, he cannot kill me. Like, mathematically, Winston only does 60 damage a second, plus the 50 damage landing from his jump, right? So 50 damage, that drops me down to 150, right? But with regen burst, that gives me another 150 health, so that's up to 300. Lamp is another 100 health, so that's 400 health, right? And then after lamp, he still has to damage me down for like the last, 30 health or 40 health or whatever it is. So let's call it like 450, right? He does 60 damage a second, and he also needs to reload because he doesn't have enough damage to be able to do all that much. But even if he didn't need to reload, it would take him 8 seconds to kill me. I'm pretty sure, even with a bubble, he cannot kill me in 8 seconds. I can kill him faster in 8 seconds as Baptiste. Like, it's just not a good solo dive for him if he's trying to commit to kill you. Much less in a situation where there's 3 of you in the back line and you have high ground. You should read this and be like, I'm just gonna kill this Winston. This is a mistake. Like the second I see this Winston jumping, I think this is food. This Winston is food. I'm gonna kill him, right? I don't need my team. I don't need the Reinhardt. I don't need the Mei. I don't even need my Mercy. I can just straight up kill him, especially since he's missing 150 health here, right? This is just a straight up kill. There's no way this Winston can kill you. But we're gonna see that you're gonna drop here, then you're gonna panic, right? Now you're just running away from him instead of just shooting. Again, look, you can just kill him. Look how low he got. Right? It's so lucky that he's going to drop all the way down to what, like 50 health, 100 health, right? He drops behind the cart, he gets over here, and then he just gets killed. Like, you could just straight up kill him, right? You never even got low. I don't think you even dropped below half. See? Like, you dropped only to 120 health. You never got low enough to die. And you didn't use regen burst even, right? The Mercy alone was able to pocket you through that, because Mercy heals for, like, 60 health a second, something like that, which is exactly enough to counteract, or 55 health a second. It's basically counteracts Winston damage. That's the way I think about it, right? As Winston, I can never kill a target that a Mercy is healing. It's just not, it's mathematically impossible unless I can burst them down with the jump itself. So another situation where you're backing out instead of walking forwards, again, you need to win this fight, right? Your team's up there, I'm going to walk up there. There's no reason for me to be playing this far back. So you see the Reaper, and you're like, oh, man, I gotta be playing back here so I don't get ulted by the Reaper. But the thing is, if you're up here with your team, the Reaper's gonna die instantly anyway, right? You still have Lamp, you have Regen Burst, like the Reaper's not gonna kill you instantly. By the way, right here, the correct play, seeing the Cassidy peak, so it's tough because you wouldn't know how much health he had, but I wouldn't want my Mei to die here, so I would throw Lamp right now, and I would just fight him, right? And shoot it out, because he can't kill me with Lamp up. No matter how long he charges, as long as the Lamp itself doesn't get destroyed by somebody else or he doesn't time it out, then he's not going to win. And right here, like, presumably my Mercy was going to damage boost me, because, like, healing's not going to save me from it. You just shoot him, right? You just shoot him, he's dead, right? He's full health, but he's not even full health, but you didn't know that. Alright, so this is going to end up being a hold here. Right, now they're coming out again. On a fight. So Winston does the correct thing, he drops down here. You should have jumped back up right away. Right? Just charge boots, right? Jump right back up. Cool. And then you could have popped Regen Burst or something to help save your team. So really critical moment right there is that you need to deal with the Reaper, right? You should know that Reaper has ulti. He hasn't used ulti in forever, but it's tough in this situation. There's like not a lot I think you actually could have done differently here on further analysis. I think you should have probably been... No, I really don't think there's a lot you could have done differently here. I'm trying to think about this. Like, it's a good bubble. The Reaper does it inside of the bubble. Yeah, I think that this is just ultimate advantage, you know? Like, they're gonna pop it's really just high noon here. Yeah, it's just a better comp for this particular situation, right? Winston comes out, he bubbles his team, Reaper bubbles from inside of it, it's fine. This is a good play, right? This is you just recognizing, wait, I can just kill the Winston, right? Really good aim, good tracking, I don't think you missed a single bullet here, good, right? That's what you should do to Winstons all the time. I guarantee you, Winstons really are not that dangerous. So, you're gonna throw the lamp here, like this is obviously a wasted lamp, you don't even get close to dying. I think you're like, oh, I bought some time for the Winston, but you didn't need to, right? It would have been fine. Regen Burst also could have been used here. You should have... you throw both of your defensive cooldowns at once. That's a really common problem that you have. And then over here, if you had either Lamp or Window, you kill the Brig, right? Sorry, lead Lamp or Regen Burst. Either one of your defensive cooldowns, you just straight up kill the Brig right now. You're going to come out. You Window or Lamp here. Again, your Ryan didn't need the Lamp. You're going to Window. This is a good window. Winston's going to jump you. Right call. Yeah, just kite them. Use the window if you can. But they're going to leave cart. Great. And we're going to do it. This is a good hold, right? It's not a great hold. This is like a pretty normal, pretty typical, I would say average hold. Somewhere between second and third point cap is, I think, a typical average hold. You're going to go Kiriko, and this is where things are going to go way off the rails. So your Baptiste play, I think, was still good enough that if you soloed, like, one-tricked Baptiste, I think that you'd probably climb at least a couple more ranks, even if you didn't improve at all. Right? I think your Baptiste play is, like, on that level. Your Kiriko play is, quite frankly, terrible. And we're going to see this. So out here, you get a couple good shots in here. Great. You throw heal. So we're in note. Healing tracking, very, very important on Kiriko. You should get, like, basically 100% tracking all the time. You see that each Afuda is 11 health, I think. Right? So 40 of this health for 4 Afudas, right? That's 44 healing right now. So AK 40% because you fire 10 papers, and the Afudas are the papers. So 4 papers are flying off into the sky. Only 2 are on target, but all of them should be on target. There's really no reason for it not to be. It's a tracking ability, so you should be pre-healing the Doomfist with all of your healing right now, instead of the fact that you just missed 6 of them into the wall or into the sky. So you're going to come out right now, your perspective is, oh, I'm going to off angle, I'm going to get kills. This strategy works if you can get kills, which you sort of can, but sort of can't, right? I don't think this is a consistent way to win games. No matter what Awkward or whomever else says, I don't think the typical player is good enough at getting kills, right? Unless you're like really like disproportionately good at aiming relative to the other players in your rank, it is very unlikely that the typical support will do well, will climb by focusing on damage, right? Especially if they exclusively focus on damage. And I'm going to go on the record saying that. I've seen a lot of replays, and because the thing is, healing your teammates is always easier than hitting the enemy, okay? Almost all healing abilities either track or splash, right? Even Anna's dart, when you're scoped, you don't have to be dead on. You actually have a massive hitbox in the middle within the triangles where you can shoot and it will heal the target. So it's way easier to heal teammates with your grenade than it is to shoot enemies with your bullets enough to counteract the fact that you are not healing. So right here, again, you're not healing at all. You like sort of try to heal. Notice that most of this collides into the wall. You should have climbed up here right away to help your team out and gotten a good heal in. Right? Again, see how much healing is being blocked? Like, that's not your teammates' fault. Your teammates are doing a totally normal thing, which is pushing and diving into the team. You're out of position right now playing down here. You need to climb and heal and help fight up here. By the way, same thing on Kiriko as with Baptiste. You can weave, right? Kunai, kunai, heal. Kunai, kunai, heal. Kunai, kunai, heal, right? Over and over and over again. That is the correct pattern. Again, I will link the video for that. So, because you're too far away, and because your healing consistently gets blocked, and because you don't track your healing, the Reaper's going to get super low here. If you're up here, you could have thrown Suzu, saved his life, / healed him, so he never got this low to begin with. Instead, you're playing down low, he's going to end up dying. Right? Again, you're being so passive right now, like playing crazy far away. You cannot win games from this position. That part's probably obvious to you, right? Like, you're standing down here, you're not really doing anything. A lot of your healing's colliding into the wall. You're not attacking anybody. You're not getting any kills. You're not getting any damage in. You're barely getting any healing in. Like, you're very clearly, like, this is not working for you. And you need to recognize in game, be like, okay, I need to climb this so I can play with my team next time. So you're going to go out here, you're going to challenge Soldier. This is good, right? Get the kill here. I think this is the only kill that you get on Kiriko, unfortunately. But, right, so be it. You're kind of off-angling right now, which is fine. I think this is fine, right? You kind of force the break back. At this point, I personally would have faded forwards, healed up my Reaper, and then continued the fight. But I think staying here is actually also okay, right? Just how aggressive versus defensive you want to be, because you're in good position. The thing is, aim here, not so great. Again, notice 3 healing, right? Two papers miss here. Again, you shouldn't have any misses. It's a tracking ability. Like, missing on Kiriko with your healing should not be a thing that is happening. There's no reason to be attacking the Ramattra here when you saw that there was both the Brig and the Kiriko in this room. I don't care about the Ramattra, just go for the supports. Right? The supports are way easier to kill. So you're going to start trying to heal right now. You also will hear the Soldier run up in the stairs right now. You should have heard the Soldier. Here, right? It's a little tough because the Brig's also here, but like, this is a problem when you play super extended. Like, remember that I said I would have jumped back to my team because it avoids things like this happening where the Soldier sneaks up on you. Okay? Get you super low. Soldier should have killed you here. He should have fired one more bullet and killed you. You should have Suzu'd right away. Now your Suzu's late. You managed to survive because the Soldier misses it up. You can get the Mega. Okay, fine. So we reset. Again, should be weaving right now. The thing is, you don't weave, right? You're only attacking or only healing. And now you've walked point blank into a Bastion. By the way, even if this wasn't a Bastion, if this was a Soldier, let's think for a second. Let's say that you cross this corner. Instead of the Bastion, it's the Soldier. Who is favored to win this fight? Is it you or is it the Soldier? Well, with Helix Rocket, 100% the Soldier. Without Helix Rocket, I still would, if I had to pick, I would definitely play the Soldier here versus the Kiriko. I mean, I think it's closer in this situation than it would be in a lot of others, but I still think give the Soldier at least a 60% chance of winning that duel, right? Especially if he has Heal Station, I think the chances of you winning is still only like 25%-ish. It's not great. But against Bastion, obviously, this is really bad. You do a good job juking here. That's good. And then you're going to start looking for more off-angle kills. For the record, you could be healing your Doom right now, right, and then attacking the soldier, right? Heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, heal, attack, attack, which will allow your Doom to dive in. Because your Doom isn't getting enough healing, right? You see that he can't do anything right now because he's taking more damage than is getting healed, and as a result, he has to play way back, right? Now, what are you doing at this point in time? Well, you're going to go for a flank, right? So if you're going to flank, fine, but it's got to be good value, right? It's going to be better value than simply keeping your team alive, which is kind of default. Go for the good headshot in the Brig, right? She knocks you backwards. You're fighting her with the Reaper, right? You could be weaving right now, but you're not. Kiriko runs a straight line, so you just headshot her. And then you're going to walk out into the middle of nowhere. Soldier's attacking you. You should Suzu immediately right here. You don't, and you die. That did not look like a good flank to me. Right? Like, versus just keeping your Doom alive so he can get into their backline sooner, that would have been way better value. Now, granted, it like sort of works out because you're playing with your Reaper. It's not like the worst flank ever, but it's not a great one either. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think this is a very consistent way to win games. That's my take. Right? As somebody who plays Kiriko and Masters, I just don't think I can consistently, like me with much better aim, like if I was your game, right? If I was as a Masters Kiriko playing in this game, in this Gold 5 game, I would not have done this play. Because I would not be confident that I could get kills here easily compared to just keeping my Doom alive and cranking out damage on the Ramasha / soldier / whomever. Right? That feels way more consistent to me, like far more likely that I feel like I have control over the game and win it than me flanking and having to fight 3 people in a very stressful, difficult situation on uneven ground. Which is also really tough for Kiriko to deal with, right? Because the headshot box goes up and down, not just left and right. Like, this is really hard to win fights out of. And you're putting yourself in a position. Nobody forced you here. Like, it's not like they chased you out of your back line and you ran over here and, like, you somehow ended up here. You chose to be here. And you die and you don't get anything done. Right? It's not so great. So we're going to come out again. You're going to swift step to the Doom, right? Try to save him. You should hear that the soldier's climbing on the right. Like now there's no fighting on your right, so you should hear these footsteps for sure. You should be turning right now because you saw the Hanzo was low on your way in. Right now, I already see the Hanzo's missing 60 health. So I would note, even if I'm jumping to the Doom to make sure he doesn't die, like I think this is reasonable, like getting this first heal in. My next heal, seeing no one is there, is to the Hanzo. Because Doom at 50% health is way less likely to die than Hanzo at 150% health. Because Doom has more health to begin with and has more abilities to prevent damage. So I want to make sure I heal the Hanzo here. So this small difference of healing priority and not listening means the soldier's able to sneak up on your Hanzo, does a ton of damage, and then he dies faster than you can react. Even though you should have healed the Hanzo initially, even without the soldier there, you should have heard the soldier, and even right here, you still have the opportunity to Suzu the Hanzo right away. Instead, you jump up to challenge the soldier instead of just keeping your Hanzo alive, which is the winning play here. The winning play is not to jump up, climb up here, and try to headshot the soldier. Just keep the Hanzo alive here, and you default win. The Doom will kill him, at a minimum, right? Like, this soldier is guaranteed dead once he stands here, without you doing any damage to him, right? Very, very important to note, like, you played this completely incorrectly. See, this is a great reason why I think that getting kills is not a consistent way to win games. Which, to be clear, is not saying that you shouldn't be attacking. You should be weaving all the time. And you will get kills sometimes. But, like, you're failing to kill the soldier in a confined room where he is running in a straight line for most of it, and he jumps. And, like, if I was in a situation, would I miss too? Yeah, probably. Like, maybe I would have killed him, maybe I wouldn't have. But that's why I don't bet my games on my ability to get kills on Kiriko. Right? Because I don't think it's consistent. I bet my games on my ability to not make mistakes, keeping my teammates alive, right? So instead of me killing the soldier here, I would simply not allow my Hanzo to die. And because of the situation, this soldier's making a mistake, this soldier dies no matter what, right? This Doom should hunt him down and kill him, right? Which is pretty much what's going to happen, right? Goes in, yeah, he dies. But your Hanzo should be alive right now, you know? That's the difference between you and me, right? And of course, like there are other Kirikos out there you can watch them who are like godlike at aiming. Great, you can try to be them if you want to, but I can't coach you that, right? I can't coach you on how to be better at aiming. It's just so hard. It's so hard, right? I do have a Kiriko dueling guide if you want to watch that, but like it's so hard to coach aiming, and that's why I don't think it's a reliable way for supports to climb. Unless you're already very good at aiming. Like if you're a person where like I feel like I'm way better than everybody else in the game, like by aim, but I still can't climb, then yeah, be more aggressive. Most people aren't like that, not in my experience. All right, you're gonna pop Kitsune here. For starters, actually, I would note is they're definitely going to contest this. I can hear it. I can see it, right? I can tell that they're getting ready to contest this. I don't want to be here. If I was tank, yeah, I want to be here. But like as a support, I want to be out here because I want to react to whatever they're going to do, and I'm going to pressure the window, maybe get headshots in, get an easy kill. You playing down here isn't doing anything, right? Not helpful at all. And they're going to drop down here, right? Kiriko goes early to contest, which is bad. You kind of run around here doing literally nothing. You're like, oh shoot, we're contesting this? This is bad game sense. You should have seen, right, how many people were stacked up on this window and been like, wait, this is a real fight. Plus, I can tell from the spawn timings, just holding scoreboard, knowing that they're all going to be alive in time, and this is likely going to be a contest, right? Yeah, when you jumped up here, you see there are 3 people here. They're contesting this, you know? Like, there's plenty of time. This is a contest. But instead, you think that for some reason they're not going to contest, which is a big mistake. And then you're way out of position right now, right? Fight's happening in earnest. You could have got a lot of healing, a lot of damage in right now. You're going to Kitsune here. This is a bad Kitsune. So, actually ends up being okay. So, one of the problems is the cart will actually block Kitsune, but only if it fully blocks. Like if I stare here, the cart will block it completely. But as long as any edge of it gets by, so it will go by. So this scenario, I thought the cart was going to block it, but you see that there's just enough that it's going to go by anyway. So Kitsune ends up being okay, but it's not in the right position, right? You want to be over here when they come out right now, be like, oh, Kiriko dropping, right? I would probably wait right now, right? I'd be up here, wait. Okay, I see the break coming. Okay, Kitsune now, right? Now I Kitsune, and now we fight it out. But instead, you're late to the party. The Kitsune is late. You're going to see that Anna's already low. Reaper got low too and was forced to Wraith. Like, these are things that you could have helped with and prevented from happening. You're exclusively attacking right now. In this scenario, I think it ends up being okay, but I think it's probably a bad habit in general. You should be weaving healing in. And then you're going to die here, right? You have the ability to get out of this, by the way. So Kiriko's chasing you right now. That's the way. So you're going to Kitsune and try to kill the Bastion. At this point in time, I would be looking to swift step out. You should have turned now and swift step to literally anybody, but probably the Hanzo. But sometimes even a very short swift step will sometimes get you out of it. But you had a lot of time to just react, right? Turn, swift step to the Hanzo, swift step to the Hanzo, swift step to the Hanzo. Like, yeah, a lot of time to swift step to Hanzo and not die there. Oh, your team ends up losing. Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, this is no good. Decide to try to duel a soldier. Again, if you want to take these duels, just play damage, right? Then you can do this all the time because that's the right call, right? And you can always be off angle. Play like soldier, right? Play Hanzo, you know? Just off angle to your heart's content and try to get kills. I realize this replay is probably like an hour plus long now. So you see that you're going to duel right now. Again, your Doom is going to need healing. You choose not to fight heal the Doom at all because you're fighting the soldier, which is understandable based on the situation. But like, also, I wouldn't be trying to challenge the soldier right now. Like, especially not at point blank, and especially not attacking his team when he is in my face. Oh, I guess you're just having trouble like tracking him. Right? You're chasing after him. Your Doom's gonna die, and then now the fight's over, right? Because now you don't have a tank. So we're gonna reset, or hopefully reset. You're gonna try to probably look for a back cap. They see you. I think back capping, by the way, is a terrible idea. It is so inconsistent at working, and it will cost you wins by trying to back cap. Unless you're playing like Sombra or somebody, it's almost never worth it to back cap. Like, people don't get better by allowing other opponents to backcap them. Like, it's just not a thing that scales well. Nobody at higher ranks gets backcapped. So you might as well learn habits that are going to work at higher ranks if you want. If you believe you're going to belong at higher ranks. So Doom's here. I think the primary issue is that you're just way behind in terms of the general situation, right? Your Cassie's already dead. Let's actually see how Cassie dies. So you should have been out here, right, helping pocket your Cassidy. That should be your job, right? Anna's job is to pocket the tank. Your job is to pocket the DPS in this lineup. You should have saved the Cassidy easily. Like, there's plenty of time to save the Cassidy in this situation. Instead, you're fighting the soldier, which would be okay if you got the kill, because at least you would trade for your Cassidy, but you don't. Like, you're not even close, right? The soldier is still full health. So you lost your Cassidy for nothing, right? No value here. Now you try to heal the Doomfist, but now without Cassidy, the Ramattra gets to walk forwards. Right? Again, with the Ramattra plus Bastion, does a lot of damage, or Cassidy plus Bastion does a lot of damage to Ramattra. Could easily kill the Ramattra in this situation. You should be backing up here, right? Keeping your, Bastion / Cassidy if he was alive up. Your Doom is fine. Your Anna's taking care of that. So just back up here, stay out of range, right? Keep the Bastion alive. You're not even trying to heal the Bastion, despite the fact that you could easily out heal this. So as a reminder, Annihilation only does 30 damage a second. Ramatra's Punches does 80 damage a second, so that sums to 110 damage a second. You heal for 72 health a second. So that's only 40 net damage a second if you're constantly healing your Bastion doing nothing else. That would take the Ramatra like 8 seconds to kill your Bastion, right? Before armor diff. I think it would take 9 seconds with the armor buff. So there's no reason for your Bastion to die here. Like, literally, I guess he's also being shot by the Bastion. But you still have Suzu here, right? Suzu saves him. Suzu and healing here saves him. And then you'd have a full health Bastion killing the Ramatra for you. But instead, you let both of your DPS die. You don't get any kills. You don't help your tank in any way. You don't apply any pressure to the opposing team. Like, this is why you lose, right? You just literally don't do anything on Kiriko on this life. But in general, right, in this entire second half, like, you don't do anything on offense at all. Like, that's your problem. That's why you lose, is you just totally threw this. If you're playing Baptiste, I think there's a pretty good chance that you win this game. Okay, we're going to wrap there. That was a super long review. I didn't expect it to go this long. But short answer, summary, as Baptiste, you need to weave. You absolutely need to weave, and you need to not waste your abilities, right? Either because they're too far away or because they don't actually need them. On Kiriko, I think you should just play with your team. That's my semi-professional advice. People pay me for these, so I guess you could call me a semi-pro. My semi-professional advice is don't go off on crazy flanks on your own and exclusively try to damage. It's not consistent. You will lose so many games, right? Until you drop down to a rank where you can carry based on your aim. And as soon as you get above that to a rank where your aim isn't significantly better than everybody else's, you will immediately start losing games again. It's just not consistent, right? Heal, damage, heal, damage, heal, damage, right? Like, that's the way that you can get a lot of damage in and potentially, you know, swing games your damage without necessarily going on crazy flanks. Yes, it is true that on Kiriko, especially at higher ranks, space control is very important, but you're really far away from that. Like, you have no idea when to do that, how to pull that off. There's no consistency in your ability to kill weak targets on Kiriko. I just don't think you can do that yet. That's my take, unless you want to train your aim like a ton. All right, so I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.